I'm very pleased to be with you here today to tell you about one of the great success stories of Vatican II, the Pastoral Council. And I call it a success story. The Pastoral Council is not required by canon law. You know there's got to be something to it, because otherwise pastors wouldn't establish them and bishops wouldn't require them. I think it's important for us to see the Pastoral Council as a way to formalize the relationship between Catholic pastors and people, a way of formalizing a relationship that goes back to Jesus Christ. And I'm thinking in particular of Jesus as the Good Shepherd, the one who knows his flock and they know him. He's the Good Shepherd because he leads his people to flowing waters and to green pastures. They know his voice, and he hears them. The idea, of course, is if he brings them to flowing waters and green pastures, he knows what they need. And today, thinking about the Good Shepherd, we'd have to say the Good Shepherd is the one who knows his people because he consults them. And so I'm here to talk about the Pastoral Council and the role of the Catholic pastor, the consultative pastor, the kind of pastor that we need more than ever in this 21st century. What's the difference between a parish council and a parish pastoral council? Well, this is a very complicated question. Let me give you an example. When I first started researching this thing, I saw people using the language parish council. Well, let me explain by this. You see at the top of the page here, it says, in 1983, Pope John Paul II published a revision of the Code of Canon Law. Canon 536 made the term Pastoral Council a part of the everyday language of parish life. What does the Code of Canon Law say about pastoral councils? Pastors ought to have them, and they help the pastor. So suddenly we had this new thing. What does the word pastoral mean when we add it into this mix? Well, in the 70s, right after Vatican II, people started parish councils. And they started them because in the Decree on the Laity, paragraph 26, it said, we ought to have councils. Didn't say what kind of councils, but this is the Decree on the Laity, which may coordinate lay initiatives. So when we Americans read this and started creating parish councils, we said, well, all right, lay initiatives, that means the Liturgy Committee, the Social Justice Committee, the Hospitality Committee, the Education Committee, and the parish council is going to coordinate all of these things. And, of course, in the USA, coordinate means to lead. So the parish council would be the leader of these parish ministries, not the pastor. Well, you can imagine how that went down in Episcopal circles. That's clearly not what the documents of Vatican II meant. But the laity document was the only document that talked about establishing councils at the parish level. So everybody took the laity decree and said, this is our charter, let's go forward creating parish councils that can coordinate parish ministries. Didn't say pastoral councils, lay councils, all right? So then along comes Pope John Paul II in 1983, and in Canon 536, he says, let's have parish pastoral councils. Doesn't explain what they do, but certainly doesn't say coordinating parish committees. So the whole intellectual world of pastoral councils is thrown into a tizzy, and we say, well, what does this mean? What does this mean, parish pastoral councils? The simple answer is this. The parish pastoral council is the type of council, the pastoral type of council. A council has a threefold job that it investigates under the pastor's authority it reflects, and it recommends. This was first recommended for dioceses and then extended to parishes in 1973 and then legislated in 1983. So it's a kind of a complicated question. But the simple answer is this. The Parish Pastoral Council is the kind of council recommended back in '65 that's got this parish planning role. The Parish Council, unclear exactly where it comes from, but its provenance may be the laity decree from '65 that said lay councils may coordinate lay initiatives, and people misunderstood lay initiatives to mean parish committees. So the Parish Council sees itself as coordinating parish committees. The Pastoral Council sees itself as investigating, reflecting, and recommending. Now, aren't you sorry you asked the question?